Hi, this is Nick Millington, leader of the Safety Task Force, talking to you today here from Milton Keynes. Been on a 2-day workshop in Milton Keynes, a safe service workshop, and I'll share more about that workshop in a subsequent post. But I'm here today just wanted to catch up with everyone on track plant safety. So as an industry, we are hugely dependent on the use of mechanical plant on the railway. So for maintenance and for major projects work, you have to excuse me, I've got a train coming in right beside me here now. Yeah, so we've become hugely dependent on mechanical plant. So road rail vehicles, mutes, road rail Land Rovers, and that kind of on-track plant. However, they can be lethally dangerous if not used in the safest possible way. We have had some horrific injuries over the last few months. We've had some pretty serious damage to the railway infrastructure, which then causes delays, and also we've also had the plant itself damaged. So the Safety Task Force, we've carried out some further analysis on plant safety performance. What we've actually done is looked at our operational close calls, our close calls, and our serious events. Now, what we've done is grouped all these events into high potential events, and so basically over the last 2 years, we have seen 100 high potential events. So that's one a week, where we could have nearly killed somebody, or could have killed somebody. We could have done significant damage to the infrastructure, or indeed we could have done some significant damage to the plant itself, and that is just not good enough. If you look at this graph here also, what we've done is normalised the graph, so basically machine utilisation per month, and what you can see is that over the last 12 months we've progressively got less safe. So you can see about a year ago we had a period where we had no, or two months effectively, where we had no significant incidents with major on-track plant, and that has progressively got worse over the last 13 periods. So another piece of work that my team have also done is we've looked at some common, some commonalities that have existed in these 100 high potential events, and there's some quite clear pictures emerging. One key factor I'd like to pick up is that in the planning stage of using plant, we do not do enough to prevent accidents. So we do not identify our key risks and then plan to reduce or eliminate that risk. So a key focus has got to be safer and improved planning. Also, if you look at some of the other common factors, transits from access points to assets, a disproportionately large amount of our safety events happen when the machine leaves the access point, or indeed is on tracking at the access point and is travelling to the site of work. So have a good and safe plan to get from access point to asset and return is a key learning I would suggest that we all need to take. Short notice change. So we have a PICOP briefing, generally a couple of days before the work itself, and when you look at the 100 events, there is a clustering of short notice changes. So that's changes that have happened anything up to 48 hours before, right through until the time of the work itself, or even during the work. And those changes have not been controlled very well at all. So if you're going to change things at short notice, do it in a very structured, safe and risk assessed way. There are also some basic omissions, and I'm afraid to say these basic omissions are generally focused on machine controllers, machine operators and the POS representatives. And what we see is some basic contraventions on what we believe they are trained and competent to do. So my ask would be of those three roles, so machine operators, machine controllers and POS reps, just do what it is you've been taught to do, and if someone's asking you to do something outside of that, then we need to have a safety conversation, or indeed even play the work safe card. So the Safety Task Force are launching a PlantSafe programme, and it will be purely focused on driving safety performance improvements with on-track plant, obviously. But you don't need to wait for the content of that programme, because if you work with or near on-track plant, you can take action straight away. Here are some examples. If you work with the planning of on-track plant, take more time to identify your key risks and make it very purposeful that you reduce or eliminate those risks. Don't forget the risks that I've referred to in those 100 events, namely on and off tracking, transits, short notice change, communication. Also include MUPs. MUPs disproportionately feature in those safety events. Plan to undertake more effective assurance, and by that I mean checking. So targeted checking and supportive conversations, understanding more about what it's like to deliver work with on-track plant and make conscious improvements based on your assurance visits. The other piece of advice I would also give is have a very clear communications plan from the planning stage, and make sure that those teams that are on site delivering that work understand the hierarchy of communication and control on the site. Communication is a key issue, and as a part of the PlantSafe program we will be looking into that further, but what we can do straight away is clarify who will communicate with who about what and who has command and control on a site, and that will also help to reduce confusion on site and safety risk. So I hope this update has been useful for you. More to come on-track plant safety through September. This is Nick Millington checking out from Milton Keynes. All the best. Bye-bye.